Hey, welcome back to Love Grind, the space where we talk love, attraction, energy, and everything else in between like codependency. I'm Ebony, your host, and tonight we're diving deep into why are men so drawn to feminine energy. Last week we did masculine energy, so this week we're going to flip the script a little bit and give the guys some credit, all right? Why are men attracted to feminine energy? Well, because it often encompasses qualities they find appealing, such as nurturing, emotional expression, kindness, and receptiveness. This energy can make a man feel emotionally safe, inspire his own masculine traits like protectiveness, and create a sense of calm and balance in a relationship. Additionally, some men are drawn to how receptive feminine energy is to receiving their affection, admiration, and support, which provides a sense of purpose and reward. Not just looks, ladies, not just makeup, not the surface, even though it's cool if you're easy on the eyes too. I'm talking about the vibe, the softness, the flow, the calmness that makes a man breathe easier when he's around you. So in this episode, we're going to unpack it all. The psychology, the biology, and the emotional pull, and how feminine energy creates polarity that ignites attraction. And this isn't about playing dress up or performing. It's about understanding what feminine energy really is and how it works on a primal and emotional level. Let's get into it. What is feminine energy? First things first, when we say feminine energy, what are we really talking about? Feminine energy isn't about gender. It's not about pink dresses or being submissive. It's an energetic frequency, one that embodies receptivity, intuition, softness, creativity, emotional expression, and flow. Masculine energy, on the other hand, is directional, logical, focused, structured, and driven by purpose. So when a man and a woman come together, or even two people with opposite energies, there's a natural polarity, like the positive and negative ends of a magnet. Opposites attract because they create charge, and without polarity, relationships feel flat. With it, there's chemistry, the spark that makes you say, I can't stop thinking about them. Sure does. Let's take it back to biology just for a second. From an evolutionary standpoint, men are wired to be protectors and providers. That drive is part of their masculine instinct, to move forward, challenge, to conquer, to lead. Feminine energy, in contrast, represents safety, softness, connection. When a man feels that energy, the kind that says, you're safe to just be, his nervous system actually relaxes. This is powerful because most men live in a constant fight or flight. Work, stress, pressure to perform, to be stoic, to always have the answers. When a woman leads with grounded feminine energy, not chaos, not emotional dumping, but centered softness, it's like emotional oxygen. When you are centered and you know who you are and you are able to be emotionally intelligent, ladies, you feel so mature and so womanly because you're able to just be. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're just being your soft self. And that is embodiment that feels awesome. And so make sure you're just checking in with yourself each day and being that peace, not only for yourself and your children or your household, but for the man in your life. He doesn't consciously think she's so feminine. He just feels drawn and he feels at peace. It's that feeling that says, I don't have to fight. I can just breathe. I can just be a man. All right? The magnet of attraction. Attraction thrives on polarity. You know, those negative and positives we just talked about? Masculine and feminine are not equals in energy. They are complements. When both people are sitting in their masculine, planning, controlling, debating, it feels like competition, not a connection. But when a man brings his grounded masculine, which is clear, confident, and protective, and the woman meets him in her feminine, open, receptive, emotionally expressive, that's when attraction lights up. Feminine energy invites and it doesn't chase. It's magnetic, not aggressive. It's come closer, not let me grab you up. And that's what so many men subconsciously crave. I remember one of my exes used to tell me that he was the captain and I was the ship, and to let him steer the ship. And at that time, I thought it was sexist and I thought it was him being controlling. not stepping back thinking to myself that he was just basically telling me, let me be the man that I'm supposed to be and stop butting heads with me. I continue to be combative, and even in ways I didn't notice, we ultimately ended up breaking up. So always just keep in mind that you don't always have to be combative. You can let them do their thing, and you can do yours. And so that's just something to think. They are seeking that, and something to think about, ladies, okay? They want to feel that their masculine presence matters, right? That it lands somewhere. Feminine energy gives that. It receives what's offered and turns it into connection. That's why you'll often hear men say things like, oh, she's so easy to be around, or there's just something about her vibe. That something is called the feminine field. How does feminine energy feel to a man? Well, I want you to imagine something. A man's been out in the world all day, navigating deadlines, competition, traffic, pressure. He's in full doing mode, hyper-focused, tense, making things happen. Then he walks into a space where a woman isn't trying to do anything to him. She's just being. Her voice is calm, her movements are fluid, she laughs easily, she listens. She doesn't need to control the moment. She's present. What he feels is relief. His body starts to relax, his guard drops, and without even realizing it, fellas, you start to lean in. Feminine energy is like emotional gravity. It doesn't have to pull, it just exists, and everything around it naturally moves toward it. For the past 5 years, I've been trying to be so much more feminine, and let me tell you, men are drawn to me. They want to conversate with me, whether it be for 1 minute, 10 minutes. They appreciate my femininity. So do women. And the results are great. People are kind to me, nice, doors open. So just try it for a little while, and then it'll come natural. If it doesn't already and you kind of fell out of that, it'll come back naturally, and just bask in the rewards that you get just from being a beautiful feminine woman. It's amazing. This doesn't mean that women should never lead or have goals. Not at all. It means when she's embodied, not chasing validation, not performing, just centered, she radiates something real. And men feel that on a gut level. They sure do. How do we practice our feminine energy, ladies? Let's talk about it. Slow down. We can slow down a little bit. Feminine energy moves with intention. When you slow your speech, your movements, and even your breath, you signal safety. Receive instead of react. When a man offers his time, attention, or affection, receive it with gratitude instead of dismissing or one-upping it. Stay connected to your body. Feminine energy lives in the body, not the head. Dance, stretch, breathe. It grounds you in presence. You can express, don't explode. The feminine feels deeply, but power comes from authentic expression, not emotional chaos. Screaming and acting a fool does not scream womanly. It is a very big turnoff, so be emotionally intelligent. Start practicing it, ladies. And play. Feminine energy is playful and creative. She brings lightness into the connection. When a woman embodies that, she becomes unforgettable. Not because she's the loudest in the room or the prettiest, but because her energy lingers after she leaves it. When feminine energy is misunderstood, probably thinking, doesn't that sound like going back to the old times or like being passive? Here's the thing, ladies. Real feminine energy isn't weak. It's actually powerful as hell. It's emotional intelligence, empathy, and the ability to transform spaces without forcing them. It's the difference between pressure and presence. The feminine doesn't demand, she inspires. She doesn't compete, she attracts. And in that, there's strength, because it's rooted in authenticity, not control. I'm telling you, they'll be drawn to you. You might say it's a damsel in distress role, and it sometimes can seem so, but it's not. It's your natural energy, and people are drawn to that, believe me. How is the modern balance in today's world? Well, we live in a world that celebrates hustle, logic, and doing all masculine traits. But the world is starving for softness, for connection, for emotional safety. That's why men light up when they meet a woman grounded in her feminine. She's rare and she's balanced. She reminds him of something he's lost touch with, which is peace. And when both energies are respected, when he is allowed to lead without being shamed, and she's allowed to flow without being judged, that's when real partnership happens. Not competition, not power struggle, but complement. So that's the truth. Men are attracted to feminine energy because it balances them. It reminds them who they are beneath the armor. Feminine energy doesn't chase, it calls, right? And in that space connection, it isn't forced, it's felt. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, okay? Follow Love Grind. Make sure you like and subscribe. And wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll hear me. If you want to stay tuned, you'll hear us dive deeper into more feminine embodiment and relationship polarities all week long, okay? I just want to let you know this week to stay grounded, stay glowing. Please have empathy with yourself first. And until next time, I'm out.